instruments of social control, right? Law enforcement, prisons, the instruments of social control were not designed to keep people safe. They were designed having in mind, when you think about the history of this country and white folks' anxieties around people of African descent. And there's a particular thing around notions of Black masculinity. Dr. Wilson refers to the anxieties around Black phallic potential, right? The ability for Black people to reproduce, and the inherent anxiety that white, and she argues that that's really what undergirds racism. And that you look at the history of lynching and the way that Black men's genitals were seen as trophies for white men, right? And you look at the fact that, slave catchers being the kind of institutional antecedent to law enforcement. And you think about prisons being primarily expanded after emancipation as a way of social control. That what we see today, when people talk about law enforcement and public safety, these people that talk about sentence enhancements and tough on crime policy, whether they know it or not, what underlies the policies that have put us in the condition that we're in is that fear of a Black planet, right? That's what undergirds it. And unfortunately, like when I go down to testify in Annapolis, I don't often, you get 2 minutes to testify. We're not invited to the briefing sessions that happen during session where you get more time to explain. But it's important to be clear that even the folks who get to testify, who are on our side of the issue, often when we talk about this undergirding piece around this fear of a Black planet that is evident in all aspects of civil society, this part of the discourse is often not included in discussions around safety, violence, and criminal justice. So for us, it was important, and using that name and that reference, to include that scholarly literature base that often isn't accessible to the mainstream into the discussion, because it is, from our perspective, it is the best explanation for these systems that configured against the humanity of people of Africa. So I'll stop there and we'll take any questions or thoughts that people have.